Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and this is my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Y. Now you all remember me unboxing and giving you a product tour of this on the Geekanoids channel, so I'm not going to cover off old ground, I'm not going to run through the specification of this one. If you missed that unboxing and product tour, I will put a link underneath this video in the description. Also a little annotation on the screen so you can go ahead and watch that video. This is a budget end Android based handset. This is going to cost you around about £100 on pay as you go from somewhere like vodafone.co.uk, who are kind enough to lend me this for this review, and that equates to around about $150 in the US, or it's going to be £10.50 a month. Now let's go into settings and we're just going to go down to about phone and show you that this is running Android version 2.3.6. It's got quite a low resolution screen. It's not the sort of best screen I've ever experienced, but for a 3-inch screen I think it's nice sort of colouring, nice and responsive, and it certainly does get the job done. Let me just pop into my email. I want to show you the on-screen keyboard. So let's just let it download the messages here. I'm going to go into a message. Here you can see the sort of size of the text, and that gives you an indication of what a low res screen would look like. Let me just click on show quoted text just down here. Here we go. So this shows you sort of what you're going to experience for an email. Now it's still readable, don't get me wrong, it's still very readable, but just a lower resolution screen. So let's click reply, and in compose email, this is something what a lot of people ask me, how the keyboard looks in both landscape and portrait. Well, in portrait we've got a very small QWERTY keypad here, and I can type in with my thumbs and I'm missing the keys. You can see already I've made a mistake there. Let's go back and try and hit that E. There we go. Thanks. Missed key again. There we go. Thanks for your email. That's terrible typing. Proves how big my thumbs are. So let's put a full stop in and hit return, and then we go round into landscape orientation. Let's try that again with thumb typing. And again, much better, as you can see. So this landscape orientation, much better for typing out text and emails. It's a decent size. I think when you're round in this orientation, in portrait orientation, you're either going to have to lay it onto a desk and use your fingers, or if you've got small hands you should be okay. But this is a small phone and you're working on a 3-inch screen, so do bear that in mind. Now I'm going to go back to the home screen using this center button. Just point out to you, you have got 3 screens that you can populate with shortcuts and widgets, so that's extremely good. And we've also got a nice phone dialer. If I go into the phone dialer, nice size buttons for making phone calls. I'm going to cover off in this section about the voice quality, and the Samsung hardware is very good. The earpiece here, extremely good incoming call quality. The microphone pickup on the bottom, I did have some people say I sounded a little bit grating in some of the phone calls I made. That might have been down to the cold I had at the time, or it might have been down to the connection, but certainly this didn't produce as clear vocals as some other handsets. It was still acceptable. They didn't have a trouble hearing what I was saying, but just a little bit grating at times. So we've also got call logs, favourites and contacts built into that dialer as well. Let's go back out to the home screen. Now it's worth noting this has obviously got the Google Market on here as well, so you've got full access to all of the applications, albeit the little previews aren't loading at the moment. Let's go across the top page and see if it loads them in there. So it's a little bit slow on picking up the icons. Maybe it is my connection, but we've got, oh there we go, so it's caught up with itself there and loaded in all the icons. So we've got full access to Google Market apps. They do format okay to this screen. Let me go into an app that I already downloaded, which was Lane Splitter. Now let's start this running. Here we go, and we'll give you a little look at a game running. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. We go about midway, and you can see how something like this runs. This I'm using the the gyro or accelerometer in the phone to steer my bike, and I've just got to avoid all of the cars that are trying to cut me up. I can touch on the screen and pull a wheelie if I so wish, but I lose. There you go, look at that, cut me up big time. Let's try that one more time. Let's pull a wheelie. When you're in wheelie style, you do lose all your steering, so don't do that too often. And it runs at an alright speed and looks surprisingly good. Let me give you a close-up of this. It looks surprisingly good on the screen. So very pleasant gaming experience actually. It's not going to handle games as well as some of the higher end handsets, but it's certainly more than playable. And there we go. So that's given you an idea anyway of the gaming sort of aspect of this handset. It's going to be acceptable on this sort of game. If you go up to some of the real high-end games, you might struggle a little bit with frame rate, but in my experience and testing, it's been absolutely fine. There we go, let's crash into him. Let's finish that. So back out to the home screen, and just want to talk a little bit about the camera. I'm not going to actually show you any photos because the camera's been a little bit of a letdown. 2 megapixel camera, again okay for the occasional snap, but not particularly good. Battery life on this has been great. Standby time, if you're not using it too much, maybe 3 to 5 days easily on standby time. If you're using it quite heavily, you're still going to get a full day and a half use out of it. So the Samsung Galaxy Y comes with a lot of pre-installed applications. You've got your Gmail there, FM radio, music application, gallery, calendar. We've also got YouTube, which we're going to dive into now. And I want to show you a YouTube video playing back. So here we go. Let's rotate to go to full screen. And I'm going to put the volume up so you get to hear the volume of the little speakers.
Hi everyone, Dave from Geekanoids again, and this is my look forward to what I'm going to be getting up to in 2012 and what the year might hold for all of us as well, not just for me. Now, let's look at what I'm expecting to happen in 2012 for everyone and some of the things that I'm looking forward to coming out. Now, the first thing...
So the volume, more than acceptable. It's a good viewing experience for videos actually. But I just wanted to point out to you, on this viewing axis, very bad viewing angles. On this viewing axis, much better. So if you're looking top down on it, you're still going to be able to see it. So if it's propped up on a desk, you'll be fine. But if you're looking at this sort of funny angle here, you do lose a lot of the clarity of the screen. But straight on, nice colours, and again, like I said just a second ago, really good sound for viewing back videos. Let's have a very quick look at some internet browsing. Let's go into the browser. Let's back across here and into internet. And we're going to go into the Apple website, just for want of a better website. And I missed the E. Oh dear. Let's do it again. Apple.com. There we go. And we're connected over Wi-Fi at the moment. And it's loaded nice and quickly. This is what it looks like in sort of portrait format. You can see the text is a bit difficult to read until we zoom in, but pinch to zoom works nice and responsive to the pinch to zoom. Let's turn this round into landscape. Again, nice and quick to switch round into landscape, and again pinch to zoom works nicely, and we can navigate around a website with ease. So a good viewing experience or surfing experience for internet sites as well. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Y. As I said, this is a budget end handset, £100 on pay-as-you-go from vodafone.co.uk, or you can get it free on contract from £10.50 a month. I think this is a good choice if you're on a budget. The hardware is very well made, much better than I was expecting for this sort of price point. Love the textured back, screen's nice and responsive, and overall it's a decent performer. Well, thanks very much for watching. Please do subscribe to the Geekanoids channel, and I will see you all in the next video.